Hi everyone and welcome back to the WARNO Monthly Tournament from SD League for April. Today we're with Stahl and Edwin for a couple of games. This one, Stahl is on the right in blue playing as the 5th Panzer Division, and over on the left in red we have Edwin playing as the 7th Panzer Division. MiG-21 out early. No jets or choppers for him to take out though. Commanding down here. No commanding yet going to the top by the looks of it for Stahl. Command straight up in the top for Edwin, though he doesn't appear to have one at the bottom. Let's see where that one's going. It is going to come all the way back down to the bottom now and then go up into the center. This command here heading the opposite way. They're sort of doing the opposite to each other with the commanders in this game. In the center here we do have good placement of an Mi-24D up near the front there. Will pose a big threat to any of these infantry. There isn't actually any anti-air here yet. There's a Fliegerforst on the way. Not the best anti-air, unfortunately, but may scare off the Mi-24. Down here at the bottom, good spread of units for both players, though certainly Stahl appears to have more here, including a few M48 tanks, which will be useful against just a smattering of units, really, for Edwin. This depends how aggressive Stahl is here, and Stahl can be quite an aggressive player. Up at the top, at the moment, it looks like Edwin is winning this fight. The chopper has backed off after taking a little bit of damage. There's a Leo 1A5 in here now, and a Leo 1A1A1 heading to the top. SPG-9 engaging on the Lux, but the Lux takes that kill. I believe that was the M40 getting a kill there. SPG-9 rushing through the center here. Feldjäger are engaging on it. It will be good against the Feldjäger, but the Lux... Oh, wow. It killed the Lux. The Lux killed it. Special Alpha Clara pushed up here. Engaging on... I'm not sure what they're engaging on, but they do have the sniper rifle. Ah, they're killing the M40. Yeah, I was going to say they'll make very short work of that with a sniper rifle. Down at the bottom, we do see that skirmish now unfolding between all of these forces from Stahlbrecher. Now, technically, I would have imagined he'd win this fight, but the Pioneer Flams are obviously very good against infantry, and they have plenty of flamethrower ammunition left. Panzerjäger, good against the vehicles. He has lost both of those M48s he brought in, but he should surely clear up these infantry. Command is rushing up the top there. A couple of flame tanks coming in down here, and some more tanks and infantry going to the center. No infantry for down here as yet. Command finally heading into the center for both players. Plenty of reinforcements coming in for this position here. Stahl's obviously realized he can potentially push through. Needs to make sure he has something to deal with these tanks that are coming in. Should be able to kill him with the Jaeger. And he has called in another Leo. He's got the command in at the top first. We'll give him a few points to get things rolling, but it won't last very long. He's managing to make a little bit of progress in this top corner. Not really any progress here other than just holding outside. Edwin certainly still holding more of that zone. Flame tanks here will cause issues for all these infantry. It's really only the Jaeger that can engage these things. He'd be best off potentially using the other infantry as a distraction, though, because if they start killing the Jaeger, then he won't be able to kill the tanks. One tank dead. He needs to get around the side of this one, preferably. Still focusing on the Feldjäger at the moment. The Jaeger now getting hit with that flamethrower, though. Jaeger Commander engaging. Oh, he's going to focus down that Jaeger Commander. Jaeger Commander immediately annihilated. Good hit from the Jaeger there. I mean, he's probably going to kill these tanks now, but realistically, they've certainly paid for themselves taking out that Commander. It's just one less thing for Edwin to worry about at this stage. Up in the middle, still hanging on to that corner and moving a couple of units in down here. It's really hard to say. I feel like Edwin's got more there, but obviously Stahl has a lot more down here and has made progress into this point, but losing that commander is a hassle. He's had to bring in another. I mean, these things aren't cheap. 115 for the command. I mean, the vehicle will probably get out and get sold, but all adds up. Flame tank. One of the flame tanks is still alive. He didn't even manage to kill it. They're only 50 points each. So he lost one 50-point tank to kill a couple of squads of infantry and a command. That's really good odds for Edwin there. Panzerjäger in a BMP coming in here. I mean, 24 gets the kill. Edwin's doing a very good job at holding back the tide here with very few units. I've got to give him credit for that. Up at the top, he's bringing in more tanks up here. More of these, he's relying a lot on these flame tanks, actually. I'm curious how they perform against infantry in buildings. Is he in range to fire? Oh, he is, but it instantly gets destroyed by the Leo 1A1A1. They are engaging on each other. Flame tank gets the kill, but won't survive for very long. Will probably get killed by the Jaeger. Does manage to get flamethrower off though again. Pretty effective against the buildings. Good push here from Edwin. Down at the bottom, he's still got that tank alive. It's pushing back in. Biggest threat to him here being the M48s. Everything else, oh, and the Leopard obviously, but everything else he can kill here. It's just flamethrower troops. More units coming in, including that commander arriving. He has lost his tank. That tank certainly paid for itself. I mean, it's killed an M48 as well. MI-24 doing as much damage as possible here. Is now retreating out of there. Does need a repair and rearm. T-72 coming in to help defend this point. What a sneaky units around the back here for Edwin. But he is mostly in control of the centre. Has managed to kill the command that was in there and has pushed Stahl all the way out. Obviously Stahl very focused on pushing through the bottom here. Should be able to get his command in here though now, because he's killed most of the defending force. Edwin is bringing in some more T-55s. Not flame tanks this time though. Won't be quite as good in the forest. Edwin spreading out here, getting a good defensive line going on the centre point. A little bit of movement down here from Stahl. Obviously would like to get a command into that bottom corner. MiG-21 going for the Alouette. Should get the kill. Yes, it does. There is a Gepard back there, but it's not really hitting the mark. I have a sip of my tea for my throat. Command in the point for Stahl, and there's no contesting command in there for Edwin. He's been focusing on bringing in units. T-72 giving the M48 a piece of its mind. MI2 charging across here, I assume commander hunting. MI-24D coming in here. Currently it is +1 to Stahl. He's got a little ways to catch up to Edwin though. The question is, can he push far enough into this point to hold it and stop reinforcements arriving for Edwin? Because at the moment, Edwin is in firm control of the centre. There is another commander coming in, I assume, which will be going to the centre. Yes, indeed, trying to get into this bottom corner. Bit of combat going on in the building up here. Looks like the Fernspare will win, but there is an SPW-70 coming in to assist. Special Clara down here now, also engaging. Fernspare routed, surely not going to survive that. Edwin is doing a really good job at keeping Stahl kind of penned in here in this forest area. Stahl just needs to break out. Fliegerforst's actually doing some good work there. HE Bomber coming in for the command, and the command is dead. HE Bomber takes some damage, but will get out alive. Really good defending here from Edwin. Stahl pivoting some units back up towards the centre now, as he does need to get back in there. Fortunately, he has lost most of his units down here. Fliegerforce still doing a good job at hitting these choppers at least a little bit. A little bit of a breakthrough here for Stahl. He has managed to move in. Should be able to kill those Special Alpha Clara. Good chance of killing the other ones as well. Needs to be careful though, because they can fire back. Oh. UAZ SPG-9 train going around the back here. The Alouette will surely spot them. Not yet. The Zisharung might spot them sooner. Yes, indeed. But they're killing the Zisharung because the Zisharung were in the vehicles. That was Stahl realising that something like that might happen and was going to put some units there in defence. Command has made it into the centre for Stahl. He's doing a little bit of a breakthrough and a push out through the point here. Certainly giving some pressure back onto Edwin. Kills the recon chopper at the back. Edwin moving his command in and out of the point a little bit there. Getting into a better position. Anti-tank jet coming in there, doing strafing runs. Fuchs command just about staying alive at the moment. Does mean that Edwin needs to sort of pivot round from the top again. Stahl's managed to keep a couple of units in this point. Does he have another command on the way in? He does not. It is expensive to keep buying commands to take this bottom point. Only T-72s on the field now. Milan caught a bit out of position here. Although the T-72 isn't responding, so Special Alpha Clara may well die. They're out of missiles for the RPG. T-72 is engaging on something. Oh, the Gepard. Fuchs is hitting it. Good hit from the Fuchs. Milan instantly dies in response, of course. Seed coming in. Takes a few hits. Doesn't get a kill, I don't think. Certainly nothing on the list. Reinforcements arriving for Edwin, though. He really wants to wrestle control of this point back. It's giving him a nice lead. Having a look at what's coming in. Some more coming in down here. T72 is taking some damage. A lot of delicate maneuvering in and around the buildings here, because they do massively block line of sight. The 105's working hard here, but a little bit overwhelmed, I think. Only a 105 here, one up here. Unfortunately, as I say, just a bit overwhelmed. MP1 still alive. We'll get the kill on the command. There it goes. Another command down. Back to +3 for Edwin. He's just maintaining that control right now, and he's still managing to keep Stahl all backed into this area here. Good positioning on tanks and BMPs, and they're so badly damaged, but they're just holding. And that's all he really needs to do. He needs to focus on holding the middle more than anything else. Command is pushing around the back here. All those SPG-9s were killed at some point, but look at this. Command pushing all the way around the top. MI2 is up there as well for recon, just to see if anything's coming. 2A3 will be very helpful in the middle. Will cause lots of damage, but the issue is it's all quite close range. So he needs to be careful with that. He's putting it in the best position probably, which is in the center. But it is easy for stuff to sneak up on it. Not really making a huge amount of progress there. I'm looking for another command from Stahl. He's bringing in another 2A3, but I'm not seeing any more commands. I'm not sure how many he has in his deck. He's lost at least 2 vehicle commands and 2 infantry commands. I assume there's more than that. Anti-tank coming in, gets a good hit on the Leo 2A3. Assisted by the MI2 to spot it. T72 moving up for the finishing blow. Leo 2A3 trying to back up there. Is going to get a shot off by the looks of it. Oh no, it's smoking. T72 is just going for it though. And at that range will instantly kill it due to the increased damage. Anti-tank jet still flying around. Seed plane flying around as well, desperately wanting to get a hit on that Gepard. Does get a kill, there it goes. On the second pass. Another one has been called in. Command here has capped that back point and is now being moved into a very strange position. +7 currently to Edwin with 21 minutes or just under left in the game. Command infantry being called in there for Stahl, heading towards the bottom. Stahl just needs to get some kind of breakout so he can take this point completely. If he could do that, that would really help. Edwin in reasonably good control of the center point up here. Plenty of units dotted around. Not a huge amount at the top, admittedly. A good, sizable force could easily push in. But it does mean building up those forces. And at the moment, I'm not sure there's enough forces up there. He'd have to call a lot inward, Stahl. I think a lot of his focus is trying to get in the bottom. Those points are ticking up rapidly for Edwin, though. Alouette heading up to the top here. Obviously, Stahl doesn't know what's in the top. He doesn't know if there's still a command there. He doesn't know if there's defenses there. So he's having to scout before he sends a command up there. Again, I don't know how many commands he will have left in his deck. He is calling in a command tank. That's probably a good choice. Edwin's command just sitting at the top there, waiting. More T-72s heading into the center there. Leo 2A3 should get a repair here. Seed coming in. Takes a shot. Gets a kill on another Gepard. Fliegerforce getting some shots off though. Seed still in. Flying over this area now. Gets a shot off. I'm not sure what it fired at there. I think it tried to fire at the Alouette. Yes, it must have tried to fire at the Alouette. I was going to say, I was thinking that there's no Gepard there yet. It's at the back here. A little push here. Leo 2A3 getting hit by the AT jet, but the AT jet doesn't fire any missiles at it. Just did a gun run. Lucky Leo 2A3 there. A little bit of skirmishing here. Those flame troops really, really, really need to die. Milan's machine gun tears them apart. BMP-1 coming in, another T-55 being called in. There's a command tank in there. That command from Stahl is heading in now. MiG-21 gets the kill on the recon down here. Back to +5 as the top point is capped by Stahl, and it will shortly be just back down to +3. There we go, +3. And we might see a change again as this is about to be taken. Down to +1 for Edwin. That's really slowed things down. Small group of units building up here. I'm not sure if it's enough to push into this point at the moment. SPG-9 on the move here. Just try to get up near that road and it can kill reinforcements coming in. It's good for harassment. That Jaeger commander does have a Carl Gustav, but is getting awfully close to the front line on its own. HE bombers coming in and an anti-tank coming in for that Leo 2A3. Leo 2A3 takes a hit from the bombs. I don't think a missile went at it from the AT again. It is badly damaged and retreating. HE bomber coming in here, going for the command, and that is another dead command, way out in front of everything else again. As soon as it got seen, instant response from those bombers. Back to +3 for Edwin. Command tank here, moving towards the center, is going to actually end up driving past that T-72 as it stands. And T-72 is in a bad way, but if it gets eyes on first, command tank will be in trouble. It's not like a chopper just went down. I think down here on the recon choppers from Edwin. But the map is looking very red. There are these pockets of blue. But really, it's commands that are the issue right now. There is a Leopard commander coming in. Once more, heading to this point. I mean, this might be the last commanders that poor Stahl has. It's been an uphill battle this game. Edwin just grasped control of the center quite early on and has really fought hard to not let go of that control. And then down here, he's defended exceptionally well, just keeping Stahl pinned back into this tree line. It's the first time I've seen a Jaeger get round the back at all. Just waiting to see what happens to this Leopard commander here. And that T-72. Obviously, Stahl doesn't know it's there. Oh, the Leopard commander has stopped. I think it's okay. Maybe he spotted that tank. Leo is heading up that way. This is either going to be a good kill for the Leo 283 or the T-72 is going to get a side shot on it. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. They've seen each other. Oh, T-72 gets a hit off first. Kills one Leo 105. Well, he knows it's there now. Still +3. 14 minutes left of the game. I think it's going to be a points win for Edwin. It's been a very, very hard-fought battle. Stahl's had a good go multiple times of pushing back into these points, but Edwin's defense has just been really effective. You should be pleased with that. Another jet down. Watching that command isn't going to make it to the front as Edwin takes the first game with a points win. Quite a jump in kills to losses there, which was kind of obvious from what was left on the field there, I guess. Let's have a quick look at the kills and losses. Nothing too stand out on that side. The Apache got a few kills. Oh, that's what he used to kill those SPG-9 UAZs that went round the back. Leo 203 got quite a few kills. Over on the other side, you know, look, I don't really like giving to flame tanks, but that flame tank did well. The Mi-24D did well. I don't know, if we had to give MVP, I guess we give it to the Mi-24D, because it did get quite a few kills. The flame tank also did a good job. It certainly paid for itself as a 50-point unit. It killed a lot of stuff. But let's head straight into game number 2. Welcome back to game number 2 with Stahl and Edwin. Stahl this time playing on the left in blue as the 2nd Infantry Division with those Foxes racing out. And then over on the right in red we have Edwin playing as the Berliner Gruppierung. Got an SU22 rocket out early there. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Stahl is going for the meme rush to some extent. Is it a meme rush? Kind of. He's got the Gazelle rockets, he's got the air mobile troops, and he's got an airborne commander heading for the bottom here. But Edwin has called that already. He's already got the rocket out attacking these choppers. It is taking fire from a ground unit, though. So it will now evac. There is an Mi-24D going to intercept. It does have the infrared missiles, the air-to-air. It is the anti-air variant. There is a Strela called in there. This plan has now failed, Stahl. You need to retreat. Once Edwin has seen what was going on there, he's already got loads of Strelas in here. It's almost like he guessed what was going to happen. Another anti-air unit here as well. That's a really early call-out for a bunch of Mi-24 anti-air choppers. It's like he knew what was going to happen here. Stahl racing back towards the mainland so he doesn't get shot down over the water. Lots of rocket choppers coming in now. Taking fire from the Mi-24s. He's trying to get into the point, but the Strelas are here to stop him. He might get near that command, though. He's trying to deploy his forces. SPG-9s are down here. There is a Metis here as well, and those 2 choppers hanging around at the back there. Mi-24 is sat in the middle of all of this. Fire going down on the commander. As usual, Edwin is in control of the top point, not an unexpected event, and at the bottom, Stahl is certainly in control of this point, and this has just been a bit of a mess now, unfortunately. Stahl has lost his entire force that was there, except for the choppers. He has got a Harrier in that has killed one of the enemy Mi-24s. SU22 is coming in to engage on that Harrier. It doesn't actually have any anti-air missiles, though. It's only got the anti-ground rockets and a gun. Oh my word, the gun absolutely tore that apart. Wow. What gun is that? That was obscene. That took that... Wow. I am genuinely in shock at the SU22 and the cannon that's on it. Wow. Fortunately, Stahl is retreating his Gazelle rockets. He's got loads of SAS down here as well, but unfortunately, they're getting hit by an FS SPG-9 from back there. And Edwin is pivoting units down towards this point now. He's got a lot in here he can push up as well, and he called in reinforcements. The command here is now moving up towards the top point, now that he feels this is secure. Does mean that all this time Stahl has been gaining a few points, but unfortunately has had that expensive loss at the start. SPG-9 being engaged by the Gazelle rocket there, but unfortunately Gazelle rocket doing very little damage at all to that thing, which surprises me somewhat. Fox pushing up here. There's going to be some T-55s coming in to help protect that. SPG-9 is on the move by the looks of it. Another chopper went down there. I'm not sure what it was. It was a Gazelle. Strela must have got it from back there. Uragan in. How very Lathan's of Edwin. It's one of Lathan's favourite tricks at the moment in the game. Where is it firing? It's hitting... Oh, he wants those Gazelles dead. He's aiming at where he thinks they've landed. This could be quite messy. I'm actually curious to see how much damage this does, because the Uragan can do quite a lot of damage. Especially if it gets a good hit. Hitting behind currently, though. Yeah, I think it's too far back. You might get a lucky stray shot, though. Yes, it does. Instantly kills one of them. I think it killed two. Maybe it only killed one. No, it did kill two. It killed two, but it only showed that he killed one there. A couple of Warrior Milans just got taken out there. I'm not sure where they died. I think... Must have been up here. I think it was reinforcements coming in up here, and they got killed by everything that's in there. Uragan firing again, a little bit further forward. Aiming into the town itself this time. Good amount of defense here now for Stahl. The blast radius is quite large, so it does a lot of stunning effect in quite a wide area. Rocket chopper is being pulled all the way back to resupply now. There's a Fox there. It's been there since the start of the game. I think Stahl forgot to give it a command. I've done that before myself. You said I just forget things are... You've called in at the start and forgot to give them an order. He will eventually realise and shift it, I'm sure. Edwin looking pretty solid at the top here. Some good forward tanks now to help defend that point from anything incoming. And pretty solid amount of units at the top there as well. It's really now on whether Stahl can hold out at the bottom here. And whether he can hold back an assault. If he can hold back an assault, he can push back. But he needs to hold out from an assault. I suspect the Uragan will be utilised to hit this front line before Edwin moves in, though. But if Stahl can hold out from an attack, then there's a good chance he can either push back out this way and into this point, or indeed pivot into the top. It's a challenge to pivot across the middle, though, because it's such a lot of open ground. Challenger Mark II coming in at the back there. That'll be good for defense. Especially against what is mainly going to be T-55s. Poor SAS all the way back here. Good units, anti-air, anti-tank, and guns. Stocky metas coming in here. Certainly Edwin building up a large enough force to push in. He's having a little scout out with a T-55 up here, just to bolster this force. Saxon just got wiped out somewhere. Down at the bottom there, I think. There is a napalm artillery piece in, the BM-21, with 40 rockets. I'm curious to see how much damage that actually does. It's only 2.4 HE, compared to the Uragan, which is 3.04. I know exactly where it's... Yeah, I knew exactly where it was going to be fired at. Really curious to see how much damage this does now. Uragan also firing slightly to the side of... Oh, it's to the back of the point. Interesting. I thought it might fire sort of at this area here where all these units are. Just mainly curious what the napalm one's going to do. They're quite hard to see, those little rockets, aren't they? What a strange explosion. It almost looks like... It looks a bit like the cluster bomb going off. But then leaving fire behind. Certainly doesn't have the HE damage on the blast radius. That's not bad. Actually, I'd be quite... I think that's quite reasonable. It reminds me more of the flame artillery in Wargame Red Dragon, which I prefer. I think that's much better. Whereas I think something like the Buratino is just too strong in this game currently because of the massive blast it does. This could be a very good push here. There's a lot of tanks in for Edwin and a lot of BMP-1s. He's got a lot of fire support. Where is that Challenger Mark II? It is coming, but that's going to be a lot of stuff that's quite close now, and that means that its damage will increase against that Challenger. I would hope that the Challenger can pick stuff off, but what is going on up here? Stahl's going for another air assault. On the top point, there isn't a lot of AA there. I mean, it might work. I think he's planning to try and get over the point, and then if everything dies, it dies. Cluster bomber coming in for the Challenger Mark II. Does not get the kill, regardless of where the little smoke pockets appear. This is a really good push from Edwin here. I think Stahl's in trouble. He's put a lot of points into this up here. I mean, choppers aren't cheap. 45 points for that and 45 for the chopper. It's expensive infantry. Yeah, look at the amount of firepower coming down here. Command is in there for Edwin as well. I mean, the command's engaging. There's just so much firepower up there. Here we go. This is going to be the drop. Oh, command chopper was killed. Command is down. No. Is taking a lot of fire. Is almost dead and is killed. Yeah, that's a risky maneuver. I think that was perhaps a last ditch from Stahl there. 27 minutes left. I think Stahl is in serious trouble now. Without being able to hold down here, and with this attempt at the top failing, I'm not sure he's going to have enough forces to win this game. certainly going to be a challenge. And there's the surrender. Commiseration, Stahl. Really good attempt at the start, but it seemed like Edwin was just ready for that. He already had anti-air choppers out. I mean, you know, the 2nd Infantry Division do tend to use choppers a lot, so it's not surprising, I guess, that he was potentially expecting it. Commiseration, Stahl. Well done, Edwin. Winning both those games. Obviously, significant kills to losses difference there. But let's have a quick look through stuff. MI24D did a lot at the start there. I think that gets MVP. MI24 is doing well in both those games there. But I tell you what, if I could give anything MVP, it was that jet that got the kill on the other jet. Where is it? Where is that jet? There it is. The SU22 M4 rocket, with its cannon, annihilated that Harrier. It did so much damage. And tell you what we'll do. We're going to go to the armory a second. Just because I genuinely, do not know .30mm cannon. Absolutely tore apart that jet. That is quite impressive. Oh well, guys, thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for some more Warno.